Well, first of all, the first question about the dialogue platform. We are holding the first session next week, and this is an open dialogue platform, which we will invite people from all walks of life to come to express their views to us. This is because of our conviction that communication is far better than confrontation. I hope there is no doubt by now that after 3 months of social unrest, after formal withdrawal of the bill, which apparently has set off this social unrest, people now realize that it is not just about the bill. The problems go well beyond a bill. So it is important for the government to listen and to engage the community to have a better understanding of those problems. Of course, I understand some of these problems about housing, about land shortage, about less diversity, less inclusiveness in our economy, and so on. But since we are going into a new style of governance that is more open and more people-oriented, I think this sort of dialogue will be very helpful. So that is the purpose of creating that dialogue. And I can assure you that this is not a sort of one-off gimmick type of function. It is intended to be organized on a very sustainable and perhaps long-term basis. So the volume of having this sort of dialogue sessions is also very important to us. The second question is about weekend protests and confrontations and maybe even fighting between groups of people with different political backgrounds or different stances on individual subjects. I have to make it absolutely clear that the government condemns all forms of violence. Our condemnation is not politically driven. In the same way, police arrest and subsequent prosecution by the Department of Justice in an impartial manner are not politically driven. We act in strict accordance with the law based on the facts. So nobody should speculate or allege either my government or the police for being selective in the work that we are doing. This is something which is not acceptable in a place like Hong Kong, which we are so proud of the rule of law.
People are asking, why are you still? Why is nobody within the government being punished for what has happened? Hong Kong is suffering. Sure. Businesses are suffering. Hong Kong has been down. Moody's and Fitch have downgraded their outlook on Hong Kong.
Well, I uphold this principle of accountability, but at the moment, it is all for us to see that Hong Kong is undergoing a very difficult situation. And sanctions or punishment are not going to help lift Hong Kong out of this very difficult situation. We need to work as a team, not only within the government, but also with a community and a society at large to overcome the current difficulties. And that's why we all take up the challenge to continue to serve the people of Hong Kong and work even harder in engaging and listening to the people in order to achieve that particular objective.